Alright, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing how to do the process of color filling using nail polish. And basically color filling is when you have stamped text into metal and you just want to color it in, be it white, red, whatever color you want to do it, just so it stands out and just looks a little bit nicer. I've done this on my airsoft rifle. I just did a review on this G17 from WhispTech, and I have 3 magazines, and I want to color fill in these numbering. It's all on the magazine. On the real steel version, these circles would be hollow, and you wouldn't really be able to tell. But what I'm going to do is, I haven't 100% decided, but I think I'm going to go with white. So this is the nail polish I use. It's just from Shoppers Drug Mart. And then once you've painted over it, I use this, I don't know how to pronounce that, cool nail polish remover. But this is a non-acetone version. You don't want to use acetone when doing this. So this is a little bit less abrasive, and it won't screw up. It can work on plastic, it can work on metal without damaging it. And then some cleaning pads when you use that nail polish remover to clean it up. So to start off with, make sure your nail polish is good and shaken up. This has been in my cupboard for a while, probably like a year and a half since I last did my color fill project on my airsoft rifle. Alright, so once you got it all shaken up, the areas that you want to color fill, which in this case I want to do the numbers, just paint over it. So you want to get quite a bit on there. You want it so that it seeps in and that it fills up those indentations. You don't have to worry about how messy you get. Just make sure it all gets filled in. Alright, so gotta let that dry for about 15 minutes, and when it's all dried up a little bit, I'll clean it up and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so this is partially dried, and if you look at, for example, the number 7 right there, it's seeping in, it's settling a little bit. So on those ones, I want to just add a little bit more just to make sure that the indentation is 100% filled. You can see it on here on the 8 as well. And then as this other one's drying over here, I can see the 11, 10. Just go over a little bit more, just to make sure that that indentation as it settled is filled in. Alright, so those are looking good now. They're all filled and it's drying pretty quickly. So I'll give it about another 10 minutes and then I'll be right back, and I'll start doing the cleaning process. Alright, so now it's been about, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. I let it dry really well. You grab one of your little scouring pads, what do you want to cotton pads. Usually I'll just grab a couple because you'll need a couple to clean this up. So this is what the pad looks like. It's what women use for their makeup and stuff. And grab some of the nail polish remover. Let me move this up a little bit more. And you don't need a lot of this. So there we go. Got that little dab. And then just start rubbing back and forth lightly. And you're just slowly removing the excess nail polish that's on there off. And you don't want to push too hard, because if you push too hard, then it will go into the indentations. So just do it lightly. I've seen people try and do this with crayons, and I've tried different ways, but I found that using the nail polish way, using this, is the best. So there's one side done. And just use a dry one to get rid of all the liquid and excess that sort of slides all over the place on it. And since there's still some of that liquid on there, using a dry one that's sort of clean, that gets rid of all the excess and just really makes it stand out. Okay, so time to do the other side. Just rub back and forth slowly. And like I said, don't push too hard. This pad's a little bit dirty, so you get a new one. And you don't need much of this, just a little bit of it, of the nail polish remover. Okay, so then once you're done that, just let it dry for a while and don't touch it. And that's what it'll look like. As you can see, there's a little bit in that 5, so you can still go over it a little bit. So there you go. So just give me a sec here. I'm going to pause, and I'll do the other 2 here and get them all cleaned up, and then I'll show what it looks like when it's all dried up and stuff. All right, so as you can see, there's a little bit of excess in certain areas, so you just take a Q-tip, rub it across the top of it, and that will sharpen it up and like clean out where maybe some excess got into spots you didn't want. Just rub around. And then take the wipe that's dry. Just clean it up a little bit. And once it's all dry and stuff, the little threads of the wipe will just come off. All right, so there we are. And then for a bonus, I'm thinking maybe getting some bronze paint or something, filling those little holes with like bronze coloring, just to give it that little extra realism. You can do this to real steel firearms. I know I've seen people do this to real Glock mags, doing the color fill on the numbers and such. I just think it's a nice added touch on it. Plus, everybody doesn't do it, so you know, if I ever lost a mag when playing or something, then I can say, hey, that's my magazine, because you can tell by the way it's color filled. I think using the nail polish is the best option. Usually when I'm doing rifles and stuff, I use the white for like the markings for safe and stuff, and then I use red for the it's not on safe, it's on fire mode. So that, I don't know, just adds that extra touch. Some rifles already come with that parts painted, but some don't. This is how you can do it yourself. So anyways, simple review, pretty basic, maybe a little bit boring, but something I thought you guys might want to see. Have a great day, have a great week, and take care.